What's it, Chester?
What's it? What's it? That's my name, Chester.
When you think of Gunsmoke, you picture dusty saloons, tense showdowns, and Marshal Dillon keeping Dodge City in check. But behind the cowboy hats and 6 shooters, the show had some bizarre twists. War injuries, guest stars you'd never expect, and even TV politics stranger than fiction. Running from 1955 to 1975, Gunsmoke wasn't just the longest running Western, it was a TV empire. Today we're counting down 12 weird facts about the show that even lifelong fans might have missed. And hey, if you've got your own fun fact, drop it in the comments. Number 12. Before James Arness became Marshal Matt Dillon,
Get off the trail, Marshal. You got no business with us.
I'm making it my business. Mike Postle decided to stay in town. Now you men turn around and head back.
He was a World War II veteran who nearly didn't make it home. He was gravely wounded at Anzio, carrying shrapnel in his leg that caused pain throughout his life. On set, that injury made long days in boots and on horseback even tougher, yet he rarely complained, choosing instead to push through for 20 years. So when you see Dillon walking with that steady cowboy stride, that wasn't acting grit, that was Arness's real-life toughness shining through. Number 11. It's hard to imagine anyone but Amanda Blake as Miss Kitty.
Thank good. Now look, you gonna get out of here right away?
I sure am. It's no fun getting shot at.
It's the truth, isn't it?
Fiery saloon owner with a soft spot for Marshal Dillon, but she wasn't the producer's first pick. The role was originally offered to actress Polly Bond, who passed. Blake stepped in and made the part unforgettable, giving Kitty that perfect balance of sass and vulnerability. For 19 seasons, she anchored Dodge City's social scene. Red hair, quick wit, and all. Sometimes the backup choice ends up defining the role forever, and Blake proved that in spades. Number 10. For more than a decade, viewers simply knew him as Doc.
Don't you want to dance or something?
Well, that'd look kind of silly.
What?
Well, you and me dancing together.
Played by Milburn Stone, the character was indispensable, patching up Dillon, keeping Dodge healthy, and offering dry wit in between. But no one seemed bothered that the town doctor didn't have a first name. Finally, in season 16, Stone got to decide. He christened himself Galen. After all those years, the man deserved an identity beyond Doc. Imagine being on TV every week for 16 years, and people still don't know your first name. Number 9. 20 years, 635 episodes, and James Arness appeared in every single one. That's a TV record few stars can brag about. While other actors rotated in and out, Dillon was the immovable anchor of Dodge City. Producers even considered giving him breaks, but Arness insisted on showing up, injuries and all. It's almost hard to picture an episode without him, and thankfully, no one had to. If Gunsmoke was Dodge City, then Dillon was the law, the myth, and the mustache holding it together. Number 8. Ever heard someone say, "Time to get out of Dodge"?
You got something on your mind? There's a man named Hank Springer lying dead in that jail of yours down the street.
That bit of slang came straight from Gunsmoke. In countless episodes, outlaws and drifters were warned to leave Dodge City, usually by Dillon himself. The line stuck with audiences, slipping into everyday speech as shorthand for "let's scram." Decades later, people still use it without realizing its Western TV roots. So next time your road trip buddy says it's time to get out of Dodge, remember, you're quoting James Arness, not your GPS. Number 7. Long before Dodge City hit the small screen,
Marshal? Which room is down grass? Up there. At the end of the balcony.
moody, and surprisingly dark. The radio Dillon, voiced by William Conrad, was rougher around the edges, with stories tackling moral ambiguity and harsh frontier justice. When the show moved to television in 1955, some of that grit softened for a wider audience. Still, the DNA of that original radio drama gave Gunsmoke a depth other TV westerns just didn't have. Number 6. Over 20 seasons, Gunsmoke became a revolving door for future stars.
Look, if you're so edgy, why don't you go out and work it off someplace? Well, how would you suggest that I do that? You might go out and arrest somebody and drag them back in here and stick them in the cell till they rot.
You'd spot Burt Reynolds before his mustache made him famous, Harrison Ford before the Millennium Falcon, even Jodie Foster as a child actress. The show was basically Hollywood boot camp in cowboy boots. Some appearances were so random, you almost did a double take. Wait, is that the dad from the Brady Bunch in Dodge City? Yep, that happened. It's proof Gunsmoke wasn't just a western, it was a training ground for legends in waiting. We're only halfway through and already knee-deep in war wounds, secret first names, and surprise guest stars. Which of these facts made you stop and go, hold on really? Drop your favorite in the comments. I love seeing which one surprised longtime fans the most. And if you're enjoying this trip through Dodge City's stranger side, go ahead and give the video a like. Trust me, we've still got some wild twists waiting in the next 5 facts. Number 5. When Gunsmoke debuted, episodes were a brisk 30 minutes.
Maybe I just didn't like his looks.
But by 1961, the show doubled to an hour, giving storylines more room to breathe. The shift also changed the pacing. Less shootout of the week, more character-driven drama. Even the iconic opening credits got tweaked, toning down the gunslinger showdown to ease concerns about TV violence. The move was risky, but it worked. Instead of fading, Gunsmoke evolved, proving it wasn't just another western, it was a western with the stamina of a marathon runner. Number 4. After 20 seasons, you'd think Gunsmoke would ride off into the sunset with a grand finale. Nope. CBS canceled it in 1975 with little notice, leaving the cast blindsided and fans without closure. There was no farewell episode, no final showdown, no heartfelt goodbye in Dodge City, just silence. Considering the show had been a cultural juggernaut for 2 decades, the abrupt ending felt almost surreal. Luckily, reunion movies in the late 80s and 90s gave fans a chance to revisit Dodge one last time. Number 3. In one of the later episodes, a young Gary Busey appeared as a doomed cowboy suffering from a brain tumor.
Come on, take it easy.
They're calling the state.
They're calling me. Come on.
Ain't you gonna do anything about it? Huh?
And here's the strange part. His character's death is said to be one of the most medically accurate portrayals on television at the time. That's not the usual claim to fame for a western, where people typically just clutched their chest and fell dramatically. Busey, of course, went on to have one of Hollywood's wildest careers, but his Gunsmoke moment was hauntingly unforgettable. Number 2. Being Marshal Dillon wasn't easy, especially on James Arness's 6'7" frame. Between his old war injury, endless hours on horseback, and marathon filming schedules.
Well, there's a circuit judge coming around this way next week. You gonna testify to what you saw?
Yes, sir, I will.
I'll be glad to, Marshal.
You got a prisoner. Lock him up.
The job took a heavy toll. He battled arthritis, back pain, and constant fatigue, but rarely let it show on screen. Arness once admitted that some days he was barely holding it together physically, yet there he was, towering over Dodge City like an unshakable force. Dillon may have been fiction, but the stamina it took to play him? Very real. Number 1. In 1967, CBS faced a scheduling dilemma. Gunsmoke was slipping in ratings and executives considered axing it. But the network's president, who happened to be a big fan, pulled a last-minute shuffle. The casualty? Gilligan's Island. Yep. The castaways got booted off TV so Dodge City could stay standing. That single decision gave Gunsmoke 8 more years on the air. So while Gilligan and friends never made it off their island, Matt Dillon kept patrolling Dodge until 1975. One show's shipwreck became another's lifeline. So there you have it. 12 facts about Gunsmoke that prove Dodge City was never as simple as good guys, bad guys, and barroom brawls. Behind the dusty streets were war heroes, canceled sitcoms, nameless doctors, and guest stars who went on to conquer Hollywood. In a way, these quirks explain why the show lasted so long. It wasn't just another western, it was a TV chameleon, always adapting, always surprising, and yet Gunsmoke's legacy is bigger than its trivia. Sorry, fun facts. It set the standard for ensemble casts, serialized storytelling, and character-driven drama on American television. Without it, we might not have the prestige TV landscape we take for granted today. But here's the real kicker. After 20 years and over 600 episodes, Dodge City still feels like home turf for anyone who's ever tuned in. So next time someone tells you westerns are predictable, just remind them of Gary Busey's brain tumor storyline. If you enjoyed this countdown, saddle up by liking, subscribing, and sharing your favorite weird Gunsmoke moment in the comments. Until next time, happy trails.